No, with Satan, it's too late. Wait a minute, man. Can a 3-year-old sign a lease to an apartment? No. Why? Because they don't know what they're getting into. It's over their head. You have no contract with cancer. You have no contract with Satan. Satan will convince you of that. Show you the abyss. Show you all of these things, the emptiness, the void. That void is what you perceive when you're disconnected from the creation, spirit. It's not over for you. But Satan, I use Satan symbolically. This consciousness will do everything it can to make you think that it is over for you. Look at what you've done. Look at what you've done. You do not have the spirit to connect to the creative spirit. Bull. Bull, because everything you think you've done was from manipulation to your mind. Get rid of the hate. Demons are turning humans upon themselves. That is their primary weapon. And blackmail is a huge one. Once you've done those things, they say, well, look, well, if people know about this, they will turn on you. And then you place your importance over the importance of the entire planet and the entire human species. You stand up to that, and the creative spirit will back you. I promise you, no matter how traumatic the process, it will. I don't care what you have done. Do you understand this? Let it go. It is no more. It is no more. Humans can't move on. Cesar Millan teaches you this lesson. The Dog Whisperer. You think it's a show about raising your dog, but it's not. Life speaks to you. He's trying to show you that if you take an insane dog that may have attacked all kinds of dogs and you put it into a sane pack of dogs, they see that dog as a part of themselves. That's the difference. They don't say there's a problem with that dog. They say there's a problem with us, with myself, if that's occurring. Do you understand the difference? So they rehabilitate an insane dog like that, even if that dog goes after other dogs in the pack right then. They don't sit there and put it in doggy prison, hold it in guilt until it's done and condemned forever, because they know that it is a part of them. Therefore, like how you view your own body, they will heal that dog. They'll successfully rehabilitate it. They may nip at it strongly here and there to keep it in line until they oscillate it to normality, to sanity. Then, when it's sane, they don't sit there and say, ruff, 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 you know, last year you were insane, and try to reopen those wounds. When the dog moves on, done, over, finished. Can't change the past. Caesar is right. He says, but you humans, you just can't move on. Wink, wink. You hold each other in guilt and blame, and you reopen wounds. Could be a married couple. They're in an argument, and one of them was an alcoholic, but they had stopped drinking for 3 years, and the other one, if they can't win the argument, may say, but you were an alcoholic. 3 years ago, you drunk. That type of thing is this human insanity. Even if that person changed their behavior for 3 full years, they'll try to reopen the wound, to damage the self-esteem, maybe to win a momentary argument. It's not wrong. It's insane. You've got to start looking at all of the people as I, not them, or we, not they are bad and I am good. When you see a problem in society, you've got to learn through the creative spirit that that is a problem with you. If they have a problem, you have a problem. If you condemn them, you condemn yourself. Do you understand that now? Why do you think forgiveness is so important? Because they're you. They are you. And cancer tries to separate cells into me, 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 me. That's predatory. Hopefully these things are starting to make sense to you now. Why is forgiveness important? When you learn this language, when you learn this way to communicate, you will have no doubt that they're all you. That you're all components to something larger. Therefore, if you condemn somebody, or argue with them, or try to disable their ability to heal, you're disabling your own ability to heal. Also, when you see the connection, then you'll realize sinning If you lust after somebody, covet after them, steal from them, who are you stealing from? You! You'll see it now with your own eyes. If there's a problem with the Illuminati, that means there's a problem with you. Don't look at them and say, them, those demon-possessed people. That's a part of you that's suffering from that possession, that infection. Don't look at Destiny Universe and say, them, those people trying to mislead me. No, that's a part of you that you need to love. So you have to look through their ego. Look at what's happened to you. You don't even need to know their mind control techniques. Just observe yourself. When you were young, 4 or 5 years old, you would meet another kid and be like, want to be best friends? You didn't have all of this crap in your head. You were open. You weren't looking at people like, I hate you and I'm better than you. No, kids, they get along, don't they? Babies are psychic. Once you learn this language, you observe a baby now. You'll see, when babies get together, they just start laughing together and all that. Yeah, because they're exchanging images and concepts, even with their little brains. They're connected. You've got to get rid of the hate, because you're only hating yourself. And then by doing that, and forgiving yourself, by finally having knowledge of why you've deviated, then you start to forgive yourself and open those keys to your spirit. And the more you forgive yourself, the more you forgive other people. The more you love yourself, the more you love your reality and the people in it. Because they know of this, cancer's trying to keep the separation going. That's why you're all arguing with each other. But if you single a person out, talk about how bad they are, you're doing that to you. Be mindful of anybody who tries to single people out, because you know that's a cancerous thing to do. And don't elevate other people above yourself either. That's not love. The strongest derivative of love is appreciation. Once you start to heal, you'll start to fall in love with people again, because you'll have the guidance of something very wise. And you become a mirror for them, rather than the absorber of their energy. If they are trying to manipulate you, you're like a mirror. And say, this is ridiculous. You can try to hurt me, but I love you. And you can't fake loving somebody. That's why you need to heal, because once you really tap into that, their spirit knows it. How is this going to work then? It's kind of like, say somebody falls into a cave, and there's no light in there, and you throw a few mirrors in there, and you can shine the sunlight into the cave and bounce it off of another mirror, and then shine it onto another mirror, which you can shine onto something else. When you receive the creative spirit, you become a mirror for that as well. You can aim it. It's like a bunch of dead batteries in below zero weather. Once a few cars get started, they can jumpstart other cars. And those cars can jumpstart other cars. Everybody has a spirit inside of them. They just need to be jump-started. Their will has been really damaged over a cycle of reincarnation, over and over. This is very important. You need to jump-start people. And you can't do that from ego to ego. Only from heart to heart. And then it will manifest in the ego as a residual effect. When people try to discredit me, I can't hate them. I went through that process, and I've learned that lesson now over the last few months. It kept reminding me, who are you hating? Look what happened to you. That's why the internet can really tear you away from the spirit.